welcome to Vinyasa. Today we are going to lighten up, loosen the body, stretch it out, and we're going to have a fun time doing it. So my name is Monica. I'm a physical therapist and yoga instructor, and I'm so excited to share my yoga practice with you today. Let's get started. We're going to start in standing, facing whichever way, palms facing forward. Standing nice and tall in your mountain pose. So maybe close your eyes here or gazing forward, whatever you're comfortable with. And we're just going to drop right into the present moment and begin to tune into the body. Taking a deep breath in and out. Taking a deep breath in and out. One more time. In and out. Just letting go of your day so far and just really giving yourself permission to be here now. Nothing else matters except being present with your body, with your breath. Bringing the hands to your heart, perhaps setting an intention for your practice today. So maybe you would like to move with some peacefulness. Maybe you'd like to move with gratitude. Whatever you feel like you need to invite into your practice will transform this moving meditation into something very meaningful to you. Breathing in your intention and letting it go. Wonderful. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back, and bring the hands down. So bending the knees as much as you need to bring the hands to the earth. Maybe shaking the head out. Wonderful. Maybe creating a cradle with the arms. So grabbing one elbow in one hand and vice versa. Maybe swing side to side. Great. And then inhale, reach it back up. Stretch up tall. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Come up on the tiptoes. And release down, mountain pose. Awesome. Bringing yourself out to a wide stance here with the toes slightly turned in. We're going to bring the hands to the hips and bend into the left knee. So we're kind of doing like a warrior variation. So I want you to think about really sitting back like you're in a chair pose on this side. And just like a lunge. So you're really sitting back. Perfect. Bringing the hands to the heart. Awesome. Reaching the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, palms come together. Let's call this warrior 4. I just made it up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Coming back to center. And reaching your arms out wide, creating a star shape with the body. I want you to really think about squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you, expanding, take up space. We sit all hunched over all day. I want you to counteract that, really expand. Great, and release, exhale. Moving over to your lunge on the other side. So I want you to sit back, bend in the right knee, lengthen out the left leg, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Think about engaging the glute here. Inhale, reach up. And back to heart. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Coming back to straight legs. Coming back to center. I want you to bring the feet a little bit closer together. And then bring the hands to the tops of the knees. Sit back like you're in chair. And just try to bear weight on the knees here and really try to relax into this. Maybe feel a little bit of traction in the spine. You're just kind of hanging out here. And then I want you to dip your right shoulder down a little bit, so much so that you begin to feel a stretch in the right side of your torso and the inner right thigh. Maybe looking over the left shoulder. Nice, switching sides. Dipping the left shoulder down. Deep breaths here. And when you do yoga videos at home, it's really easy to quit and want to quit. And I encourage you to stick with me. Take this as a sign to stick with me. Put on some music you enjoy, and we'll ride this out together and really find some inner peace today. Straightening the legs out, reaching the arms up, expand, expand. Hands come together and to the heart. Deep breath in and out. Bringing it down to a yoga squat. So sitting back maybe just a little bit or maybe a lot. Bringing yourself down to a deep squat. You can always sit on something if this isn't accessible, or again, just stay more halfway. Coming into your yogi squat. From here, bringing the left hand down to the ground. Right arm opens up, expand, expand. Same thing here. Imagine your shoulder blades squeezing together behind you. Using a muscle called your middle trapezius. Really opening the chest. Beautiful. Other side. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches open. Squeeze that middle trap, opening up the chest. And back to center. Beautiful. Hands come down. Coming up to your forward fold, shaking the head out. Yes and no. And then widening the feet out even more, coming to a wide-legged forward fold, maybe with your hands on the ground, maybe coming down to the forearms, or bringing the crown of your head towards the ground. If a headstand's in your practice and you want to move into a headstand, you could do that. And if you've never done it before and you want to try it, you could go by a wall and try it. To do that, you would have to interlace the fingers together, and then you bring that to the crown of your head, and then you bring your forehead down to the ground, and you might want to try this on your knees if you're a first-time headstander. Onto your forearms, bring the forehead to the ground, rolling the crown of your head into that hand hold that I described, and then maybe you just mess around with coming up off of the knees and starting here. Maybe you try lifting one foot, maybe both feet. Again, if you can do this in front of a wall, that would be very helpful because then you can put one or both legs on the wall. Just a little tutorial, something to experiment with. If you don't feel like it now, you don't have to. Coming back to our forward fold here, bending deeply into your left knee, coming down into that sort of yogi squat position here. Maybe you don't come all the way, maybe you're more here. And then maybe coming up off the toes, feeling a stretch on the inner thigh here. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you find a balancing posture. Option to keep your hands here, or you could reach the arms up, expand. Beautiful. You could try to switch to the other side without your hands, or you could use your hands to do so. Coming onto the other side, you could be on your toes, or you could be down on your heel. Whatever's accessible to you here. Maybe you find a balance, or keep your hands down. Left toes pointed toward the sky. Maybe expand here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Everything's optional here. You don't have to go as far or do as much. You could add on extra. Curate your own practice here. Coming back to center, forward fold. Shake the head out. Nice. And then walk the feet in a little bit so that you can come up to standing, reaching up. Inhale and exhale. Mountain pose, palms at your sides, feet together. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back to plank position. You can always drop down to knee plank. And then from here, hugging the elbows in close toward the rib cage as you lower yourself down to the ground. Untucking the toes. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Maybe bending one knee, then the other. Just letting go of the practice so far, staying present, noticing how your body feels, noticing how your breath feels. And then on your next inhale, walk, step, or lightly hop up towards your hands, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, and exhale, fold. Stepping the right foot far back, and then turning the toes to face the right, just like we were before, coming into your wide-legged forward fold. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Hands come together at the heart. Awesome. Setting up for a balanced posture here. We're going to create, again, a star shape with the body. Really think about expanding, again, the shoulder blades coming together behind you. It's not so much about them coming down. It's about bringing them together, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And from here, I want you to load weight onto the left foot and begin to balance in this star position. So you're squeezing the right glute here to keep that leg out to the side. You're squeezing your traps here. And again, you're using your glutes on the standing leg. Beautiful. You can stay here, or you can try to bring the left hand down to the ground, coming into kind of a modified half moon pose. You can always move into tree pose if you prefer. If you lose the balance, just come back to it. Balancing in yoga is all about perseverance and being kind to yourself. Doing a yoga pose perfectly does not make you a better person. So just focus on what you can control. Focus on your breath and the words you speak to yourself. Coming back up to center, nice and controlled. Star shape here. Hands come down to the heart. Close your eyes, breathe in, and sigh it out through your mouth. Wonderful. Coming back to a star shape, moving into this pose on the other side. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. This is so good for your posture and stretching the pecs and counteracting everything you do at a desk. Loading weight onto the right foot and then creating that star shape on the other side. Awesome. Think about drawing in the lower abdomen if you're kind of in a back bend here. Think about creating more of a straight line with the torso. Nice. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you begin to travel the right hand down to the ground. If you have something to bring the ground closer to you, you could use that. Or maybe you take a tree pose or stay in the star shape. Taking this modified half moon, opening the body up, opening chest up. Come back to the balanced posture. If you lost it, persevere, be kind. And then slowly and gently make your way back to center. Palms come together. Deep breath in and out. Squatting yourself down to your yogi squat and bringing it down to a seat. From here, we're going to take kind of a sort of child's pose. I want you to grab onto your feet with your hands And then rest your forehead in between your knees and position yourself in a way that this requires no effort and it's very comfortable. Closing your eyes, taking a breath in and out. In and out. And we'll enter a moment of mindfulness here. I want you to watch your mind and I wonder what my next thought is going to be. And you may find when you watch your mind like this, there's less thoughts. Maybe not. Just wondering here, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. Awesome. Let's begin to uncurl the spine here and find a tall seated position. And then I want you to bring your arms to cactus arms. So here, very similar idea of squeezing the shoulder blades together using the middle traps and really expanding the chest. Also, what we're doing here is turning on the lower abdomen. So we're not arching the spine one way or the other. We're really turning that on. Rock solid abs here. Using all of your muscles to be nice and tall. Slightly tucking the chin. This is so good for your posture. And exhale, let it go. Head between the knees. Inhale, rise up, expand. Use all that muscular effort, abdomen, neck, shoulder blades, and exhale, release. One more time, inhale, rise up. Perfect posture here. Use the abdomen, use the traps here. Slightly tucking the chin and relax. Beautiful. Coming up onto your hands and your knees. Bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Drawing in the lower belly here. Nice neutral spine. Gazing down at the ground to keep the neck nice and long. Finding some stillness for a moment here. Noticing how this quadruped position feels. And then maybe reaching the right leg up towards the sky, bringing the leg parallel to the ground, the toes pointing down. Notice if you really moved into the left hip and try to square the hips, even them, so that they're even with the ground, even with each other. Squeezing the right glute here. Maybe also reaching the left arm up. Again, you're gazing down at the ground. The left arm is going to be parallel with the ground, thumb pointing up. Nice, you can stay here, or you can bend the right knee and maybe grab the top of the foot with the left hand and look up and turn this into a little back bend here. Releasing whatever position you had, exhaling it down, moving around in the hips, maybe taking a couple cat-cows. Taking a couple deep breaths here, staying present, not attaching to any one pose or moment. You're just flowing through. All right, setting up for left side to lift. Toes pointing down, engage the lower abdomen here. Maybe reaching the right arm up. If this hurts your wrists at all, really try to spread the fingers wide on the standing hand. And bring the weight more towards your thumb and index finger. Option to take the back bend here or not. Choose your own challenge, curate your own practice, make this work for you. Again, there's no right or wrong. Don't judge yourself for what you can or can't do. That's not what yoga is about at all. All right, bringing this down to a child's pose. Hips come back towards the heels, forehead down to the ground. You could expand the arms up or you could bring them alongside you and create a little egg with your body. Deep breath in, and exhale, let it go. Notice where your mind has gone. Bring it back to the here and now. Maybe remind yourself of your intention you began with. Inhale, coming back up to your hands and knees and tucking the toes, straightening the legs, sending the hips up and back. Breathe in and out. Letting go here. Awesome. Inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. And then slowly, gently, quietly bring that foot in between the hands at the top of your mat, coming to a runner's lunge position. And then hopping the back foot up and out a little bit, setting up for warrior one. Bending into the right knee, lunging into that right knee, reaching the arms up above the head. Engaging the lower abdomen here, so nice tall spine rather than a back bend. You're here. And then you can interlace the fingers together like this with the pointer fingers straight. So warrior one, the warrior poses tell a story. Warrior one is you are raising your sword to the enemy. And in yoga, the enemy is the ego. So the thing that represents judgment towards yourself and others. So you might not think yoga is that violent, and it's not, but the warrior poses are about killing your ego. So we're raising our sword, and now we'll turn this into warrior two, turning the back toes to face the left, keeping your right leg as it is, opening the arms out to the side. So with warrior two, you're chopping off the head of your enemy like that. So killing the ego means you are letting go of judgment of yourself, of your body, of your life, of everything, and of others. We could all stand to kill our ego a little bit. All right. Turning this into warrior three to finish the story, we're going to turn back to face forward and then begin to load weight into the right leg and lift off of the back foot. You can always stay here with your hands or use your hands on the ground to help you stay balanced. If you lose it, just come back to it. Be patient. Maybe reaching the arms alongside the ears, where you're dropping the head of your enemy down a well, never to be seen again. So the warrior poses are very symbolic. We're trying to abolish judgment, bringing it back to mountain pose. Awesome. Shake it out. Letting everything go. And the awesome thing about home yoga is you're probably a little bit more comfortable than if you're in a group fitness space. So it's easier to let go of your ego, not worry what others think of you. So inhale, reaching up, and exhale, let it go. Planting the hands, stepping yourself back to downward dog. Inhale, lifting up the left leg. Slowly, gently, quietly bring that left foot in between the hands. Coming into your runner's lunge. Hopping the right foot up and out a little bit so the heel is on the ground. The toes are slightly pointed out to the right. Setting up for your warrior one. Lunging into the right leg. Reach up, interlacing the fingers, creating that sword with the fingers. Awesome. Raising your sword to the ego. Maybe something very specific comes to mind when you think about your ego, something you are often judging yourself about. How can you use this moving meditation, this yoga, to symbolically let that go? So you can wake up in the morning and turn over a new leaf and stop being so judgmental towards yourself. Opening this up to warrior two, turning your right toes out to the right, and then chopping off the head of your enemy with the warrior two arms, making a T shape. Lunging into the left leg, tall, strong, and sturdy here. Awesome, awesome. And then finishing up with warrior three, dropping the head of your enemy into the well. So turning and loading weight into your left foot, lifting off of the right foot. Maybe the arms come above the head. Any variation here will do. Maybe keep the hands on the ground or the toes on the ground. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let it go. You killed your ego. No more judgment. And back to mountain pose. Awesome. Widening the feet out a little bit like this. We're going to inhale, reach up, gather up all the stale, negative stuff you don't need anymore. Bend the knees and sweep it under the legs. Inhale, gather it up. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep it through. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job. Reaching up, palms come together, coming down into your little squat position, and then coming down onto your seat. If you like to end the practice in sitting, you can, or you can lay down in a traditional shavasana or corpse pose. Whatever floats your boat. I think I'm going to sit up. Wherever you are, I want you to close your eyes. You also could put your legs up the wall. And I want you to relax your tongue away from the roof of the mouth. I want your eyeballs to fall deep into their sockets. Unclenching the jaw, softening the face, noticing any resistance to the stillness, the silence you're observing here, letting it be okay. It's natural to have some resistance. Perhaps revisiting the intention you started this with. How can you infuse the rest of your day, the rest of your week with positive intention? How can you use the yoga movements we just did to translate into your life in a positive way? Breathing into that yogic part of yourself, that inner peace that's always within, even when it's so hard to find. Breathing it out. Accessing that stillness within you. Noticing the heaviness of your body into the ground, melting into the ground. Noticing if your body feels different than how it did when you began this practice. Maybe bringing the hands to the heart, expressing some gratitude for yourself for completing this practice and being present and giving yourself some time for self-care, because that really serves the people around you as well. If you're laying down, you can continue to lay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to move on, you can sit up however you'd like. And we'll end together, thanking each other for sharing our practice with each other today. Namaste.